Well, I'll just start in the beginning. So 7 years ago, I was invited by a friend of mine to go to, I believe it was at Lisa's home, so I'm assuming it was an open house, I believe. And I think it was one of her first.
I don't even remember it.
And, yeah. So, of course, she still looks the same, but she's been using the beauty control products this whole time. So, she still looks as young as she did then. But, loved it, booked a party, went to several parties because several parties were booked from mine. I talk with my hands, sorry. Lana was one of them. My mother was a party. So we became, my husband and I, because she's really good about hooking into the family, you know, to your significant other or your mother or whoever it is that might want be your Santa or your
Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny, yeah. So we've fought through those 6 years, and then last April, or maybe it was March. Maybe it was a March
Trip promotion.
It was a March booking blitz, and I get a call from Lisa, and she's like, "Hey girl, haven't talked to you in a while, I know, but I'm doing a booking blitz, and well, would you like to have a party?" I'm like, "Yes, I'll have a party. Who doesn't like to spa?" So I had a spa party, and everybody started backing out, and wow, I ended up with three of us. It was Lana and another friend of mine, and I was just teary. I'm like, "Why didn't anybody come?" And anyways, we did the party, and of course, I wanted the I Deserve It All kit, and Lana and I had been, you know, we were like looking at each other. We want that. Yeah, we're gonna get that. Yeah, we can probably do this, maybe. You know, the back and forth a little bit there. So we got the kit. We both had children that our daughters were graduating last year. So obviously April, May, and June was all about getting them down, you know, graduated. And at the same time, I was treasurer of one club and vice president of another. So had a lot going on. But starting in June, I started having, you know, some parties. July, a few more. I was VIP by the time I went to Celebration, and I was like, I'm going to do this. Celebration was like, wow, an eye-opener. And came back, and very next September was like, it was like all the cards were against me. I thought, golly, I'm having to get up at 6 o'clock and go to work because I was still working with my family business. Kind of like the office manager, so I did a little bit of everything. Had to be there when other people weren't, and still be there when they were. So September was hard for me and the business, and my mom, I signed my mom in between there, and she came to the Beauty U, and she said, you want to do this, you really want to do this, don't you? She was sitting in the back of the room, and she's like, this is you. And this is you helping, I can see this. So we talked the next Monday at work, and she said, would you like to take a leave of absence and just make a go at it? And I said, yes. So that's what I did. And the rest really is history.
Well, and you know, there's a few things that I learned and I gleaned from listening to Sundae. One is that a booking blitz is important.
Yes.
Because I called Sundae randomly on a booking blitz, and if you haven't been involved in a booking blitz, it's just where we all get on the phone at the same time for an hour to make phone calls and say, hey, you want to have a spa party? We've got a contest going on to see how many of us can book a party in the next hour. And it's amazing how many people will say yes that you never even thought would be interested.
And then they sign up.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's what I mean. You never know, because Sunday I was like, I do the booking blitzes even if I have a full calendar. I do them with you, and you never know. And so I was sort of going through my client list going, okay, who hasn't had a spa in a while? And So you just never know, and Sundae was definitely willing, and now she's director a year later. So those small activities, and y'all have heard me say that quote by Darren Hardy before, that success is made out of the little insignificant, tiny little detailed things that you do every day that are totally unsexy and uncool, and like making deliveries and making phone calls, and those are things that are just daily things that don't.
Thank goodness you still have me on your list.
Right. Well, yeah.
Lisa, the other thing.
And I wasn't a big client. I wasn't. My husband would buy a little bit here and there, so it wasn't like she was like, she's a really good client. I'm going to call her. Why wouldn't she have? No, I was like a hit and miss, you know. But she did keep in touch with me, whether it was email or phone, through that whole 6 years. Not every month, not even every 2 or 3 months. Might be every 4, you know, just. But so there was still a connection there with her. I'm sorry.
Oh, the other thing is to remember that Sunday was saying that her party had her and 2 guests. So when you go to a party and you walk in and there's her and 2 guests and you have maybe $100 in sales and 2 girls say they want the bargain, don't say that was a crappy spa.
No, because you
Don't
never
look
know.
at it. I'm telling you guys, I can trace back some of my best girls or my best parties back to the crappiest spas, what I thought at the time, and now those words don't come out of my mouth. When people say, how was it? It's always good because I got a booking or I met a new girl, because you have no idea what that little tiny seed at that small tiny spa is going to do.
That's the truth. Every spa is an opportunity, and a lot of times the hostess feels bad that there's only 2 people there, and you know what I would say? That is awesome. I love a small group. It is great, because I had one just the other night, and it's awesome. It's nice because you get to really pamper them and be intimate, more intimate than you would at a big party. Yeah, so don't sweat it.
No, you're not sweating while you're pampering.
We are sweating, but
Yeah.
Sunday,
3 people, it's good.
the other thing is time. You know, just remember that the longer you're in the business and that you're determined, it's amazing how people who weren't interested at the beginning may be interested years later, you know. So timing is definitely something to think about. The other thing is, I wanted to point out about Sundae is she's very soft-spoken and kind and sweet, whereas I don't describe myself that way. Loud, obnoxious. And so it really is a picture to me every time a new director promotes out that a different personalities can do this business. Every type of person. If you're introverted, extroverted, it doesn't matter. The other thing is she's just been consistent. You know, it was consistency. You're going to hit a wall. You're going to have times of struggle. Everybody hits those, and it's your choice how you react in those times. She hit one in September, but she made the choice. This is how I'm going to solve it and move forward. She stayed plugged in. That's the other thing. Even though she was maybe having a little bit of a hard time in September, she still came to rallies. She always was here, and she stayed consistently plugged in with her team. So anyway, that's some things I took away from that. Thank you for sharing, and I'm so proud of you. Everybody